let's get a little deeper into the New York Yankees and the offensive situation.
Pitchers and catchers.
Pitchers, catchers, batters have not arrived yet.
No,
but
they will.
They will, and we've made some moves to. I don't want to say improve our designated hitter position, because you know how much I love Jorge Posada down there, but to make it better and more rounded. How about that?
Well, the guy just retired.
And as
as
far as you're concerned, future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Jorge Posada gone, so now we got to replace him. We decided to replace him with nearly full-time players.
How many?
2 players. Raul Ibanez, we bring in, signed him today as of this video posting. I think the ink was drying the contract today. 1 year, $1.1 million deal. He's our left-handed bat off the bench, going to be the DH against right-handed pitchers. Okay, so he's solid. He's actually been a pretty good offensive player over the past few years. Does have some steroid allegations hanging over his head, though.
You know, good, you like that.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? If you don't, then you're not good enough.
Yeah, try.
Yeah, no. The other guy is a guy who's should seem familiar to you, is Andruw Jones, who platoon player. I mean, he's our right-handed bat. He's going to be the DH versus lefties. He'll also split time DHing with A-Rod, Jeter, the other old guys who need some time out of the field. So Ibanez expect him to play 95% of the time against right-handed pitching, and expect Jones to play 60 to 65% of the time against left-handed pitching. So, real quick, Vig, decisions on these moves of going into battle with these 2 guys. What do you think?
In a vacuum, I'd prefer to have Damon or Matsui to Ibanez. However, I think Damon would want more money and more guaranteed playing time because he's chasing 3,000 hits. And I think that Matsui probably want more guaranteed money. So I do think it's a financial decision. I think that Cashman's basically throwing some $1.1 million at a guy who can hit against righties. Hit 260 last year.
Yeah.
16 home runs,
yeah,
80 RBIs against righties.
Production, yeah.
A short porch in right field. Maybe he duplicates that production, like along with his deterioration of skills. He's got the short right porch, so maybe he duplicates the same numbers as he had against righties last year.
I could see that happening. I mean, also, my only issue with it is when you have these 2 guys' ages up, you get to right about a magic number of 80 years between the 2 guys. They're no spring chickens. But Ibanez can still, his legs are supposed to be still working. He can still spell Gardner out there in left field when needed.
Worst defender in the league. Did you read about this recently?
No.
I'm
He's
sorry.
telling me. It's new news to me.
Of all outfielders,
okay.
In the past 3 years, he has the fewest runs defensed.
Well, let me ask you this. Did Andruw Jones have enough participation to qualify for that statistic? Because we know Gardner can't play every game in left field. Though
yes,
he probably could. We don't want to wear down those soft, pretty legs of his. So, but with that being said, I don't expect Ibanez to play more than a dozen, maybe 20 games max in left field. I guess he can still do it. That's why they signed him, even though he was older than the other 2 guys they were looking at, Damon and Matsui. Yeah, but exactly. He came cheaper is what I was going to get. He came cheaper, and I think he can still be somewhat productive. You know, if he gets 300 at-bats this year and hits 15 home runs, how can you argue with that?
What I'm really upset about is that my boy Jorge Vasquez, who's tearing up AAA, Cuban import, been stuck in Scranton AAA for the Yankees for the past 2 years, lighting it up in like 270, 30 home runs each of the years, 100 RBIs in AAA.
Right.
Older prospect, obviously. I mean, he's pushing 30 at this point, strikes out a ton. But he can do what these guys are doing.
Well, let me just throw this out there real quick. What are the chances, you give me a percentage of chance, of either A-Rod, Ibanez, Andruw Jones, I'll even throw in Granderson, or Swisher, or Jeter, any of these guys who could play DH at some point during this season getting hurt, and us needing to bring somebody up to fill in the position? What are the chances?
100% chance.
100% chance, exactly. So one of those guys who I mentioned who will be rotating through the DH position at some point in the season will go down. And I'd like to see Vasquez get a shot too.
Yeah, I wanted him to come up last year, and we kept putting guys out there with no business playing. We almost brought back Jose Canseco, I think.
If we brought back Ruben Sierra, I'd give him a shot. But Canseco, no thank you.